¿Qué tal, familia CETAC? Me da mucho gusto saludarlos el día de hoy. El día de hoy tenemos un video especial con la presentación de 3 amigos que nos acompañan directamente desde Canadá. Tal vez algunos de ustedes se han dado cuenta que han estado acompañándonos a lo largo de este tiempo, desde el mes de octubre, que llegaron ellos con nosotros. Sabrán ustedes que tenemos un convenio con la Universidad St. Mary's de Canadá, lo cual permite que algunos estudiantes, maestros puedan venir a visitarnos a nosotros cada año para realizar sus prácticas, para compartir con nuestros alumnos, para intercambiar puntos de vista y retroalimentación con nuestros maestros también. Así que me honra mucho presentarles el día de hoy, me da mucho gusto presentar el día de hoy. Voy a comenzar a mi izquierda con Mr. Van Husing. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
También tenemos a Miss Cindy Menjivar, que está aquí también a mi izquierda, y Rachel Filipovic, aquí a mi derecha. Y ahorita en un momentito más ellos se van a presentar y van a empezar a hablar un poquito de lo que a ellos les encanta hacer. Les repito, algunos padres de familia me habían preguntado qué estaban haciendo los maestros canadienses aquí en nuestra institución. Cada uno de ellos, cada uno de ellos está en un plantel. El maestro Ben está en el set 1, la maestra Cindy está en el set 2 y la maestra Rachel está en el set 3. Pero ¿qué es exactamente lo que ellos están haciendo? Ellos vienen a practicar, ellos están en la carrera de la docencia, están en la carrera para ser maestros en el sistema educativo de Canadá, pero antes de graduarse ellos les piden que tengan una cierta cantidad de horas de práctica. Y qué mejor que practicar en diferentes ambientes, diferentes sistemas educativos, con diferentes entornos y formas de aprendizaje, lo cual les permite a ellos desarrollar más aún las habilidades que ellos ya en sí ya tienen. Es por eso que vienen a México, les dan la opción de que ellos puedan viajar a México a practicar, y al mismo tiempo de practicar también ellos nos dejan una gran enseñanza a nosotros, dejan mucha enseñanza a nuestros alumnos y también dejan mucha enseñanza con nuestros maestros, ya que intercambian estrategias didácticas, formas de trabajo, formas de enseñanza. Esto viene siendo un ganar-ganar para todos, tanto para ellos en su práctica aquí con nosotros, como para nosotros que en realidad su alegría, su espontaneidad, su entrega, su trabajo también nos contagia a cada uno de nosotros. Pues bien, pero queremos saber qué es lo que a ellos les gusta, quiénes son, qué les gusta hacer y qué hacen además de ser sensacionales maestros como lo son cada uno de ellos, ¿verdad? Voy a comenzar con Rachel Filipovic, que nos va a decir qué es lo que le gusta hacer además de ser maestro. Rachel. Hi. So Rachel, we know you are a teacher and you're passionate about teaching, but what else do you like to do other than teaching?
Yeah, so back home I play a sport called ringette. It was actually made in Canada, and it's the first sport in history invented specifically for women. So I've been playing that since I was about 10. That's my favorite thing to do. I also like to read and to play the guitar.
You play the guitar?
I do, but not very well.
Oh, okay. We should play. I play the guitar. We should sometime play. Rachel, but ringette?
Yeah.
How do you play that?
It's a lot like hockey. So you take the rules from hockey, the shot clock from basketball, and some rules from lacrosse, and you put it together. So you play it on ice, on skates, and it's usually mostly women. There's a couple of men that play, but yeah, you just kind of skate around and pass a ring around with a stick, and it's a lot of fun.
It's fun, okay. Okay, well, we have this idea, about how could Canada be. I actually remember one kid asking me, like, oh, teacher, so in Canada they fight bears? Do they really fight bears? I was like, yeah, nobody fights bears. Nobody fights bears. I mean, where did you see that? I mean, stereotypes. Where did you see that? But now that it's very interesting. I mean, a different sport. And now that you mentioned this is the first sport ever created by Canadian.
It's the first ever sport created specifically for women.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So you see, Miss Filipovic likes sports as well. So not only teaching, that is her passion. She also plays the guitar. If you see her around and you have a guitar, you can ask her to play a song or two. Right? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Now let's talk to Cindy. Let's find out what does she like to do. What are her interests?
Sounds good. So I love different cultures. I love learning about different cultures and languages. I actually speak four. I speak English, French, Spanish, and Croatian. My parents are from El Salvador, so at home we always spoke Spanish. But I was born in the French area of Canada, so I speak French. And I lived in Croatia and Bosnia for a year and a half, so then I was forced to learn the language. But I love to dance and I love soccer, so I feel like I'm in a good place here in Mexico.
All right. So you play soccer.
Yes.
You know, soccer, I mean, in Mexico, we love soccer.
Oh, I know.
We're not that good at soccer, but we love soccer. Yeah.
It's a sensitive topic right now.
I know, we shouldn't talk about soccer now, but yeah. Okay, let's just skip that part. But also, Rachel, I heard I'm sorry. You work at a zoo, right?
I do, yes. I work in Calgary Zoo back home. I work in the education department. So whenever there's schools that come to the zoo, we create programs for them, catered specifically for the grade that they're in, or we do like general tours.
Alright. So you love animals?
I do, yes. My favorite one is the giraffe. I love giraffes.
The giraffes. You love giraffes, okay? Now you see, Cindy loves giraffes, okay? And loves animals. Okay, very good. Now, Mr. Van Husing, what do you like other than your passion for teaching?
What do I like? So I love to travel. I've been fortunate to travel large portions of the world, I guess. Coming here was part of the being able to travel and see the place and like cities that have culture. I like music, whether it's one live music. I don't play music. I'm not good at music, but anything to do with music, live music, concerts. I love photography, so I do that on the side as a hobby. That's kind of what I do.
So you like photography? Have you taken some interesting pictures now that you're here in Mexico? Have you?
Some, yeah.
Some
Yeah.
interesting pictures. Okay.
Right.
So now you know that Mr. Husing has other interests, not only teaching, which is his passion, but he loves music. I know what's his favorite band. What's your favorite band?
My favorite band is U2.
I knew that because we had a talk.
Take care of
Okay. Because I'm a big fan as
Yeah.
well, because we were talking about music. Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, so everything was fine back in Canada. Like, I don't know, when did they ask you if you wanted to come to Mexico? Since when, June or something?
No, we found out, well, I found out about a year ago that we had the opportunity to apply to come to Guadalajara. And so I think we all did the same process. We applied, then we had to be interviewed, and then you had to approve. And then by last June, we knew that where we were going and what schools we'd be.
It was in June. Okay, so I met them back in June. We had this first interview, right? And did you ever imagine you would live what you have been living here? Like, I mean, you thought of, oh, Mexico, okay, it would be nice, but what were you thinking back in June? And then now, you're living actually here, and is it different from what you imagined?
I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect, but I've been pleasantly, not surprised, but it's been fantastic. The people here are really kind and welcoming, which is just amazing. So it kind of feels like we were automatically accepted into the community, even though we just got here. So it was really awesome.
Since June, you were already here.
Yeah.
We were expecting you. We were eager to meet you. Yeah, so what were your thoughts, Cindy, back then? Like June, first interview?
Well, it was nice. It was nice that we were able to put a face to your name and like who was gonna be in charge of us here in Mexico. But all three of us, like, we've been to Mexico before as a tourist. So we have been exposed to the Mexican culture before. But as a tourist, it's different than when you're actually living in a community and you're working in a school. So personally for me, like, I've talked to you about it, like, I wasn't shocked at all because my parents are from El Salvador and our cultures are very alike. Such a wonderful experience where, like, we have a couple weeks left and we don't want to leave.
Oh my God, okay, we'll talk about it. I know you're very attached now, you feel very attached to it. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. This is very nice. This means that you're having a good time, right? Ben, do you want to tell us something about what back in June were your expectations, and then now is it like way different from what you thought it would be?
Similar to the girls, I didn't come in with a lot of expectations. I wanted just to play out how it's going to play out. So I obviously was hoping that, there would be great people, the school would be great, students, teachers I'm working with, and all those things have come true. So if you would have asked me what I hoped would happen, it's been that and much more.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so they came here back in October, and I think that you know that they're leaving on December 16th, sadly, but it's been a wonderful time. Now, during this period, have you been challenged in any way, like any challenges that you might be facing other than, the language barrier that you might have? Something that you might find like, oh, this is like kind of difficult to understand, but okay.
I think a big one was the classroom culture is very different here. It's very collectivist. We're all a community. We're learning together. While in Canada, it's very individualistic. Each child is kind of on their own. So it took a little bit of adjustment, but I love it so much. Watching the kids learn together and grow together is such a blessing to see. And it took a little bit of adjustment, but now I'm a big fan.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Cindy?
That's a tough one because I don't feel like it's been a challenge for me. Like no, I don't think it's had a challenge. Like, I've honestly enjoyed every single bit. Like, there are some things that are different from, like, education back in Canada, but I think that's, for me, like, that's what makes Mexico so special and so unique, because the kids are so bonded together, and even with their teachers, and then they become so attached to us, and we've only been here for a month-ish, a little over a month. But it's just, I don't know, I feel like what could be perceived as a challenge is what makes this experience the best experience that I've had.
Thank you, Cindy. Ben?
First thing that popped to mind when you asked the question was, how am I going to fit everything in and do everything I want, and eat all the food that I want, and see all the people, and see all the places in this short period of time, as well as being busy teaching at school. So the challenge for me is to get as much of this experience in as possible. And with time running out, you're like, oh no, I gotta, it's done. But looking back at the previous 6 weeks, if it were end today, which is not, I would be very fulfilled and happy with how things were. But I have 2 more weeks to do as much as I can, with as many people as I can, and I'm just gonna take it all in.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, we still have some time.
Yeah.
So you should take advantage of it. All right, make the best of it.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So let's move to the next question. As you know, well, they have been working in different schools, and they are focusing on their groups because this is a topic, Rachel here. I mean, she's studying for science, become a science teacher. So she's focusing on science with her students in Set 3. So, Rachel, how has it been working in CETAC with your students? You want to talk about your students, your CT, your experience with the whole staff?
It's been fantastic. I've mentioned a couple times something I really enjoy about Set 3 is that the kids are really excited to be there. Like you walk into a classroom and maybe they're just excited to see me, which is also really nice. But that's very different than you'd get back home, that the students aren't as excited to be in class. So the students are happy, like even first thing Monday morning, they're happy to be there, happy to be learning. So that's been really great. And I'm also just super impressed by how advanced they are in their science learning. These students are only 13 or 14, and they're learning stuff that Canadian students wouldn't learn until they were 16 or 17. So they're just super advanced in their scientific thinking, and it's been a pleasure to teach them as students. And then the staff there is also really welcoming. I have people taking me to lunch and taking me to get coffee, and I'm learning so much about the culture through them. So it's just been wonderful and welcoming, and it's going to be really challenging to leave, but I'm going to take advantage of the next 2 weeks and enjoy my students and enjoy the friends that I've made at the school, and yeah.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for your kind words, Rachel. Okay, now let's see. Cindy, on the other hand, she's at Set 2, and she's been working with primary school, mostly with 6th grade, okay, because she's focusing on that, but she's going to talk about her experience, right? Cindy?
Oh, I'm not ready for this. My experience has been amazing. I have Ramon as my CT, my cooperating teacher, and he is the sweetest man ever. I've learned a lot from him. I feel like we have a really good, strong relationship, and I'm going to miss him so much. And because I'm with him, I teach 6th grade A and B, but I've had the chance to also be with Emilio and teach C and D. And I honestly have loved being with the grade 6, or just in the school. Everyone just, even though I'm not teaching them, they come and ask me, when are you going to come and teach me? And then the kids hug me, and it's just that warm welcome that we got the first day, but it's been a whole month and it's still happening. But my experience with my kids has been, I don't know, like I'm speechless. Like they're the best kids, and I'm really gonna miss them. I'm really grateful for their love towards me and the relationships, the friendships that I've been able to make with them. As Rachel said, like it's very different back home. Like with the smaller kids, yeah, you still are able to make those strong relationships with them, but here the culture is so different. Like the Spanish culture, like we're very warm, we're very loving, and you see that in the classroom. Like they respect you, but they care about you, and I'm gonna miss that a lot. So if my kids are watching, I love you guys.
I'm pretty sure they'll watch this video. Thank you very much, Cindy. Ben,
Yes.
so can you tell us about your experience so far?
Yeah. So I've been teaching science with grade 6s, as well as doing some English with grade 6s too. So it's been, I feel like I'm repeating everything Rachel and Cindy are saying. It's been, I want to say everyone has been so welcoming, generous, kind, friendly. I get more hellos and waves and high fives and fist bumps, and it's fantastic. You feel important. But it's also humbling too, coming into a new place, a new school, and wanting to fit in within the culture. And I'm lucky to have Miss Julie as my classroom teacher, who has been, I've said this before, if I could teach for the rest of my career, I'd be very happy. Just how patient and supportive and kind, and just always, things aren't going the greatest, but man, it's okay, it's good. It's just kind of a calming influence, and it carries over to the class and the students and everyone. As Cindy has mentioned, it's just this, you build these friendships and relationships with the students that are different here than back home. And see how far these relationships have built in 6 weeks. You would have told me that they didn't have to, no, it would take like 6 months to get that close, or I understand, but I love coming to school every day, and I love coming to the classroom and teaching and just spending time with the students. So, yes, it'll be hard to leave, but I'm glad it'll be hard to leave, because it means that it was a special experience and his bonds were created.
Yes, it has been a great experience. Well, I have my own thoughts about them three. I'll share that later before we say goodbye. But yeah, of course, it's been awesome. Now, I'm pretty sure that as teachers, practicum teachers, I think there must be something that you think has been, that you have already observed on the ways and the methodologies that our teachers work, and something that you perhaps think, okay, that would be fine. Maybe I can take that and I can put it into practice back in Canada. Is there something that you have seen with your CT, or the way we work in our school, or something that you think, oh, that would be nice, we could do that?
Yeah, I think a big thing is collaborative work. So having the students work together in teams to fulfill a task has been really awesome to see, and it's something I've definitely learned a lot about here, and I'd love to take that back home, just giving the kids that opportunity to bond together as people and as students, and then to learn from each other and from their own experiences, I think is super important, and I can't wait to bring that back to my classroom in Canada. Just having that strong sense of community, I think, is really important.
That's nice, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Cindy?
For me, it would have to be a sense of community, not just in the classroom with your students, but as a school as a whole, like with the teachers, with other teachers, or like the other extra staff that we have, like the kitchen staff or the cleaning staff. That's been my favorite thing, like just bonding with everyone, and I think it makes your experience, it doesn't feel like you come to work. Like it makes work fun, and like you are part of family, and I think that's what I kind of want to hopefully be able to create in my classroom, and hopefully with other teachers over there. And also, I keep saying this, but Mexico, like you guys celebrate parties and all these things in a big way. We don't really do that back home, so I feel like it's a lot of work, but I definitely want to bring that because it makes such a huge difference to the students, and like you bond the whole entire school in activities. Like we were luckily able to be here for the Dia de los Muertos, and it was a big festival. And then in my school in Set 2, we had the Kermés, and a lot of work went into it, but you see the smiles on the students' faces, and the teachers are having a great time, so that's definitely something I want to take back.
Very much, Cindy. Ben?
Cindy just saying that, I just see the Chairman's Party happening out there, and looking forward to going out and enjoying all the food and activities. That's been a fun part. But adding on to that, just how teachers work together to support each other is, not that doesn't happen back home in Canada, but it's different here. You interact with every person in the school. Like I see every teacher, every staff, no matter what their roles, their job are, and you interact with them, and everyone just pitches in and helps. You're not told to do it. It's just, I think, part of the culture. Everyone's in it together, and you do it. So even big events like it's happening today, whether it's this week or come this morning, everyone's just all pitching in and having fun doing it. And I want to bring that back to Canada as a teacher, that I show that kind of support and kindness to the people I work with.
Thank you very much. We are. That's why from my introduction, I said hello, CETAC family, because we are like this big family. Not only it's just students, teachers, it's also parents, and everybody's involved, and we want parents to be involved with their kids' learning process. So that's why we call this like this whole family that we want to have this big family, and I hope we're doing a good job from your opinion. If we are doing a good job, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate your comments. Okay, so let's go to the next question. I hate to try to relax. Do you guys know how to swear in Spanish? No, I'm just kidding. Have you learned some I'm not gonna say that. Okay. No, but anyway, you've been having some fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something that you're enjoying a lot? I mean, let's put a little bit those academic things aside and then just talk about a little bit about what you enjoy doing. Like, I know for sure that Ben really enjoys and loves shrimp tacos. You ever see him? He loves shrimp tacos. Isn't that?
See?
Yes, see. I love those shrimp tacos. But yeah, the food, is it the weather? Is it the finance? What are you enjoying now so far?
I think you named it all: the food, the weather, the people. I love the fact that, any evening I can just walk out and get fantastic food from anywhere close by. I've had the best flautas, and I love flautas, so it's been great. So that's really awesome. And then the weather, I was just telling Cindy this morning, it's a little chilly this morning. I think it's like 24 degrees or something. So we're going to be in trouble when we go home because it's like negative 30 today back home. So we're really going to miss the nice weather and the sunshine. And then, the people close by are all just so friendly, and you walk outside and everyone says hello, good morning, and you walk past strangers on the street and you smile and you say good morning to each other, and it's just really awesome. It makes you feel good just to kind of be a part of the community.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Yeah. Well, there you go. Flautas.
Yes.
And you?
I agree. I think for me, I just love people. And I think that's been the best experience is all the people that I've met, the friends that I've made, I'm leaving with so many memories and people that I want to still stay in contact with and that have opened up their homes to me and I've been able to learn all these different Mexican beliefs. There's, you guys don't eat watermelon at nighttime.
Everybody told you not to do that.
So it's been so much fun, I've learned so much. And honestly, it's just that, how people have made me feel so welcome and have introduced me to their culture and they're excited to do so and they've invited me to go different places and be part of the Mexican world. So I'm really grateful for that. And I know I'll come back and see everyone again because it really has made a big difference and I've loved it. So.
Thank you, Cindy. Ben,
I was gonna say that's different. It's all the things the girls have mentioned, but for me it adds more because one of the reasons I like to travel is because I like newness. I love. Back home Canada, things are great, but everything's the same. So they have an opportunity where I'm tasting things I've never tasted before, smelling things I've never smelled before, seeing the beautiful city or the architecture or the things that I've never encountered before. The people, the type of people that I've never or too often have encountered. So all those things are they're inspiring and they, how do I say it? They make life just new again. So I love the newness of it and everything that every day I have to see something, tasting something, reading something with somebody that I have nothing to compare to. It's new and I love that.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Okay, so when was the moment when you felt like I'm taking off the Canadian hat and I'm putting on the Mexican? I feel Mexican. When was that moment when you thought wow, I feel Mexican now?
I got off the plane.
When you got off the plane? Right at that.
I just wanted to honestly embrace everything, and I mentioned we've talked a lot about this. Where at home, my parents are from El Salvador. In our home, we've always spoken the language. We've always lived in that traditional Latin way. But when I go out to school, work, it's Canadian, right? And it's very different. And then so here, I was I'm so happy that I will be able to experience everything 100% full, no filters, no nothing. And so honestly, as soon as I got here, I was I'm grateful that I live in Canada and but I just love the Latin culture, and then Mexico is like, there's like the Latin culture, but then Mexico's like way up here, like it's more, so I don't know, I just enjoyed everything, so maybe not right when I got off the plane, but
Or maybe yes.
maybe, yeah.
Maybe yes. You were like, okay, I'm in. All right, that's great. Thank you very much, Cindy. And you went, when was that time you said, okay, I feel Mexican now. I embrace Mexican culture.
Today.
Tuesday. I can't really think of a specific moment. The things that pops to mind were, I think it was the second day we were here. We got together with the staff at the restaurant,
Yeah.
and we had the bowls of
Cazuelas.
Yeah,
And you were like, Viva Mexico.
yeah. And then after a couple, and you guys were like, okay, I can do this. I can handle my tequila.
And I'm very Mexican now. That's great.
Yeah. And there's been a couple times in class where students ask me a question, I respond in my very limited Spanish without thinking about it. And some of those things are coming more naturally now. And there's those moments where I recognize at times that I'm slowly feel like I'm being a part of the culture. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Rachel.
Kind of the same. Just those little moments where you can respond to students in Spanish is great. It's limited for me as well, but just the little things. Another big one is when I'll have someone will be describing food to me. I'll say, "Oh, is it this?" And I get it right, and I'm like, "Okay, like I know kind of what I like now and what food to go to." But a big moment for me that kind of just really stuck out with, I'm here and I'm experiencing something so new was I was taking a bus ride through the countryside. And I was thinking before I left, I was like, oh, it's going to be flat land and nothing, because that's kind of how it is in Alberta. It's just a lot of grass outside, and that's all you can see. But I went on this bus ride, and I saw beautiful landscapes and fields of agave and horses and all this stuff. And I was like, wow, like it's just so cool to be somewhere where everything is so different but so beautiful. So that was kind of big for me, was just having my expectation totally blown out of the water and seeing the beautiful landscape around me.
Thank you very much. So totally embraced, right? Okay, last questions. We're about to finish this moment. So here we go. What are you taking back to Canada? Just let me know, what are you taking back from Canada, from this experience? You want to go first? Who wants to go first? Because I see you're thinking about what should I say? So, what are you taking back to Canada?
Okay, I did not think I was gonna get this emotional, but I think the memories and just like I don't want them just to be memories. Like I feel like it's been such a wonderful experience that like I have plans ready to come back. Like I want to come back. I want to see people, the kids, the teachers, the friends that I've made. But I feel like I'm very grateful for the experiences that I've had because they don't compare to anything back home. And then so I feel like I'm taking knowledge from the teachers that I've worked with, the kids themselves, and just what a community should look like. And it's also focused on love and friendships and support. So I don't know, like I feel like I'm taking a heart full of so much love for them, and then love that I received back. And that doesn't compare to anything that I've ever experienced. Like I mentioned, like I lived in Bosnia, Croatia before, and it was wonderful. But the culture here is just, I don't know, it's just so much more. It's full of culture and history and love, but a lot of service. Like people have just been the greatest. So I'm leaving with all those memories, but knowing that I have a place that I can come back to and see people that I love.
Of course, Cindy, well, you know, we say here, mi casa es tu casa, so you always welcome. Right? Who wants to go next?
I think kind of the same. I have a lot of memories that I've made with the students and with the teachers and relationships that I hope last my entire life. Like I already have plans for communicating with these people and hopefully maintaining that relationship. A big thing for me though is that when I came here I had kind of an idea of what education meant and what a classroom looked like, and this experience has shown me that I can really redefine that back home. I can introduce this sense of community, having all of this love in the classroom. And so something I'm very grateful for is this new idea of what I can be as a teacher, and that relationship that I can have with my students. It doesn't have to be this rigid, individualistic kind of sense that I had before I got here, but instead I can be, you know, a part of the community and a part of my students' life and make a positive impact in a way, not only as a teacher, but maybe as a mentor, as a friend. I think that that's incredibly special, and I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rachel. And Ben?
I'll be taking all the 6, A, B, and C students back with me.
Okay, alright.
You're all voted. But in some seriousness, I am taking them back with me because all the things, relationships you build and the moments you have, experiences, you can either carry them with you and or forget about them. But I think in this experience, they will be a part of me. And I know I'll come back being a better teacher, a better person. And that in of itself, I know like it's hard to explain in tangible ways as to what that means or looks like. Yeah, it's been something where just feel like every day something's being added to me and added to me and added to me, and all these things I'm carrying back with me that I cherish. And that would be, like Cindy said, more than just a memory, you know, but something actually concrete and foundational. So, yeah, that's all. Yeah, that would be probably the best way to sum it up.
Thank you very much, Ben. Well, I'm going to switch to Spanish just to thank all the viewers. Okay. Pues muchas gracias. Como se dan cuenta, pues ahora yo pienso que ellos se llevan también ya en su corazón mucho, además de la enseñanza, de las experiencias que han compartido juntos, junto con nuestros alumnos y nuestros maestros y todo el personal. Pues se llevan también una parte del corazón de nosotros, los mexicanos. Nos gusta entregar nuestro corazón, abrir la puerta de nuestro corazón, de nuestra casa, para todas las personas. Y ellos se han merecido y se han ganado este cariño por parte de todos los alumnos, por parte de los que somos parte de la familia CETAC. Lo tienen bien merecido, son excelentes maestros y aún mejores personas. Si tuvieron la oportunidad de conocerlos, he tenido yo la fortuna y me siento bendecido también de conocerlos a ellos, de conocerlos a cada uno de ellos. Me siento muy afortunado también de compartir con ellos. Así que bueno, pues ahora ya sabemos un poquito más de nuestros visitantes, que ahora llegaron como visitantes, pero ahora ya son parte de la familia CETAC. I'm saying that you came as visitors, practicum students, but now you're part of the family. Okay? And that now that you're going back, we're taking just this piece of everyone's heart back to Canada. And that we really, really appreciate all your hard work. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised with their hard work. They really, really put everything into their work. So I really appreciate all the things that you do. And I don't know, just say thank you, a big thank you to Mr. Ben Husing, a big thank you to Ms. Cindy Menjivar, and a big thank you to Ms. Rachel Filipovic, because they have been awesome. Thank you very much to everyone. Gracias a toda la familia CETAC por brindarnos su atención el día de hoy. Agradecemos toda la atención y nos despedimos, quedamos a sus órdenes. Saludos y que tengan felices fiestas todos ustedes. Hasta la próxima.